fucking go.
Welcome, everybody. That was a short video. Today is a tutorial, so we're not going to, I think this is going to be a reference video that people are going to have, so we don't necessarily need to have a 2-minute song to let people funnel in. Welcome, Mr. Abdul, Mr. Pulse Ray Vision. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How you doing, Triplet Dad?
Awesome, you guys. Just watched your RH Max show. That was awesome.
It's a little bit wild, yeah. I liked it.
Bulls only.
Indeed.
By the way, thank you, Mr. McGruder. All of us are wearing your lids. This
That's
is
right.
this is actually green. It's not showing up because of my green screen, but this is the Pulse hat, PulseX hat. It's very cool.
Very cool.
Nice. All right. I'm going to present, and we're just going to do a walkthrough of 0x Bistro. We're going to go from listing an order to putting an order up for sale, buying an order, and describe all the other variables within, and go over some of the things on the page that'll give you more info. They're not just all blinking lights. They all have meaning. So let me share my screen. All right, you guys see that?
Yep.
All right,
Yeah, you
cool.
good.
All right, yeah. All right, so this is 0xbistro.io. It's a OTC. It's on Pulse Chain and Ethereum right now, and the operation is very similar. It's identical, basically. The only option that is missing on the Ethereum side is the stake being stake NFT, because we don't have those assets over on Ethereum. So what we're looking at here is the active orders, right? So active orders means that these orders are still able to, they still have either assets in the pool for you to purchase, or sometimes there'll be, like if we bought all of the bean here and it said 100%, that would stay active until we go claim as a seller the tokens that people bought those bean with. And I gotta say, the reason why we have Fast Abdul and Hex Ray Vision, Pulse Ray Vision on with us today is they're power users of this DApp. They were some of the first adopters, and you'll always see some dark. Look at that. It looks like we got some top hat on here. That's awesome. The coffee coin. But we always have some dark.
Nice.
There's always some bribe. Sometimes there's been 2 fucks. The King Pooey guys, there's some king on here. Bean is us. I'm not sure which P-Dye these things are, but they've been popping up and they've been getting bought. So that's kind of cool.
If you want to take a look at them, you can just click on the view button of those 2 P-Dye, and then if you look down, it says you buy P-Dye. They've got the MetaMask fox face down there. No, down one right there, and it's also got copy address, and then it looks like it's got an Explorer window right up there really faintly, and so you could pull those up and see, okay, which P-Dye is this? Will the real P-Dye please stand up?
Yeah, how many P-Dyes do we have?
I was like, which P-Dye is what? What is this? And so I looked into that, and I think this is how you track it down to the contract address.
So let's just go over. So when you see a little Ethereum symbol here, we pull all of our logos from Patias. So if you do not have a logo for your token on Patias and you're going to list on here, that's why the Ethereum logo shows up, and it does the same on our Ethereum dApp as well. The color coding that we have in the offer rate, right, and is corresponds with how that is sitting according to the market. So you can see this is white, so that means it's right around market price. Within, I believe it's a 5% window we have it set for. The listing price that they want to sell dark for is $14.91, and the current market price on Dex Screener, which is where we fetch this price, is $14.67. So it's very, very, very close, right?
Yep. And that's usually the most conservative pair. That's usually the Pulse pair. And
right.
It's only got $1,000 liquidity on that one, and so that's actually a good conservative price to pull from.
And also, when we dive into this a little bit, this price and this price, you're going to see some slippage if you're buying this on Patius or Dex or PulseX, Tufux, any of those things. You're going to see some slippage and fees where this has none from the buyer side. So you will probably see a better token count after this purchase than you would on a Dex. 99%
Yeah,
sure.
even if the price is slightly higher, that could be true, right? Like if you're buying $1,000 worth, but you're not slipping the price at all, like compare it directly on Pateus or on PulseX, what you would actually, the number of tokens you'd actually receive in your wallet, and the OTC could be better.
What was the largest blocks you were putting up of Bride, bud?
Well, I have a pretty big one up there right now.
Yeah, that is pretty big.
Yeah, people were buying like 5K at a time. It was surely, it was surely better than the market rate. Right now, because of the Hex and Pulse Chain Pump, that may not be the case. And if it's not the case, don't buy it here. Buy it on the regular Dex.
And the other thing that we just kind of breezed over this is what the token is being listed for from the seller, right? This is current market price. Sometimes you'll see this happen like it happens with Bride quite a bit. Bride is primarily on Tufux, right? That's with their pools. So if there is no action within any of the dexes that Dex Screener reads, it'll do this ... So right now we have a ... there because all the cells are going through the Fux pools, two Fux pools, and none of them are going through the PulseX V2 or 9-inch or 9mm, which Dex Screener reads. So that is the only reason why there is not a dollar value there for current market price.
That makes sense.
The color coding is fairly simple, right? White is right in the range. Green means that it's below market price. So this P die pair right now is being listed for $1.40. Current market price is $1.56. There's some ARP opportunity there. So take that into consideration when you're looking through this. I would imagine this might be scooped up in arbitrage. Yeah, very cool. Usually, how this works, the most attractive price for the buyer is listed first. These will swap orders sometimes. That's how it was coded. Sometimes it does not do that. But if you we'll look, and when we take a look, we'll see the different prices when we view one of these listings. Red it means that price is somewhat out of range. Yeah. And this is the expiration date. Fulfilled means 30% of this has been bought, and this was kind of one of my favorite things that we added to this. And we would have done this tutorial a bit earlier, but we just did a full user interface update, and with some help from Fast Abdul and Pulse Ray Vision, they made suggestions through the whole process to make this a little bit more intuitive, and I think we've got it pretty dialed in now. Anything you guys want to add to that?
Now.
Thank you, buddy. You can also look at inactive orders. You can see we're doing some volume now. There's a lot of dark, some hex going away. There are people selling a ton of things, and these are being all gobbled up. If you see 0, that means that price was out of range. Person probably took that hex and relisted it. Let's see. OD. I don't know if he relisted it. But 100% means that got completely sold out, which is pretty awesome. And we have pages and pages now of orders now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot more pages of completed orders than the current orders, right? Like, because they were successful. They sold 100% of their tokens on here.
Exactly. Our orders. We have been selling Bean. We have sold some MCR on here as well. This is coming from our LP wallet. So you guys know, if you're trying to sniff around, this address right here is the LP wallet that Magic Carpet Ride uses to put liquidity on all the dApps. But we've been selling MCR, we've been selling Bean, we've sold some other tokens. I love this thing. Stake NFT. So everybody's always wondered what we use the golden beans for. This is one use. There's going to be another use. But right now, when you list on 0x Bistro, the seller pays a fee of 1%. That's the only fee. That 1% goes to MCR stakers. It does not go to the Magic Carpet Ride team. That 1% goes to MCR stakers, and you will see little pieces of USDL, Pulse, DAI, PulseX, all the tokens that are available for payment. These right here: PulseX, DAI, PulseX, Inc, Hex, USDL, ETH, and 2FUX. Those trickle into your claim pool if you have your Magic Carpet Ride tokens staked on the buffet. So 1% fee, and these tokens go there. But if you stake an NFT or the approximate value of those current NFTs, current floor price in Bean, it will cut the seller's fees in half. So it will take that from 1% to 0.5%. So I know Pulse Ray Vision has a golden bean staked on a couple of wallets. I know Fast Abdul also has. So that's kind of cool. Yeah.
And you can get golden bean NFTs on the Pulse Market app, I believe.
Yep. Nick is awesome, right? Lots of golden beans up there. Some are for sale. I believe that will be a hot commodity once our next app rolls out, but we'll stay focused on Bistro. Anything you want to add, Max or Pulse Ray?
Nope, not at this point. I got a couple of things to talk about when we create an order.
All right. Let's actually pull up a dark right now. If you're buying this and you would like to view it, click view. Right now it's set at dark PulseX, right? But if we change this to DAI, this up here changes with it, right? And you can see if we wanted to buy 25% of the dark that's available, 19.95 of the dark that's in that particular offer, it would cost us $300 in DAI. It would cost us $324 in PulseX. Cost us $301 in Pulse. So he has many tokens listed as payment tokens for this particular pool, which is awesome. If we take a look at some of these, right, Top Hat only wants Hex. So if we take a look at his, we do not have that pull down here. He had Top Hat wants Hex for his Top Hat. And if we did the max of it, we buy it for $5,555, $12.39. Whether that's a good deal or not, we could tell. This is red. So it's outside of that percentage where there's actually one where it's getting close that nobody has on here. There is an orange. So we have 3 of the 4 colors here. Let's see. Let's go to create an order. You guys, did we go through that buy process? You guys want to go through that a little bit more?
I think we covered. So you have the drop down menu. You can pick how you want to pay, right? If for the currencies that the person who made the order gets to decide what the eligible currencies are from the select list, and they can't pick just anything, right? Can we go through what the options are?
Sure. When we go to create an order, it'll show all the options, and you can see it the payment side from the seller's side, so you can see why that took place.
Excellent.
All right. So if we go to create an order, and
no bad tokens on there, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say we wanted to do. What's in this wallet? Magic Carpet Ride. Magic Carpet Ride. We have some of those tokens. We have 8.3 million of those tokens in our wallet. Also, don't forget this. It's important to go through this from top to bottom, right? The expiry is the first thing you need to worry about. Right now, it's set for 1 hour. That's what's default. So you might set an order, forget to go through this, and that order will expire in 1 hour. Okay. So we can go hours, weeks, months, right? So if we did 1 week, what do you usually pull down on that fast?
Usually I set it for 1 hour by accident, and then fortunately there's an option to go back in and edit it to set it for the time I actually want. So yeah, I've been doing a month lately, like 30 days, just because that's a reasonable time frame. But you can change it at any time, right? You can make it shorter or longer. But often I accidentally put 1 hour and then have to scramble to change it to be 30 days.
Very cool. Then we will put, let's just say we do $56 worth of those, yeah. And then if we wanted to do die, $56. Current price of Pulse X. Sometimes when I do this, you guys, I will go over to Patillas.
I do that too.
How many of these did I have? 100,000 of them. So if I did 100,000 on Patillas for Pulse X, there you go. Copy. I don't know if that copies well. Let's see.
It won't like the decimals.
It won't. Did it just go white on you
guys? Yeah, if you that's happened before, but
yeah, it didn't like the commas, huh?
It doesn't like the commas, no.
All right.
Commas are a common problem in crypto.
Yeah, they are. It's those Europeans that use periods instead of commas, so there's no default standard.
Europeans and Canadians.
Canadians there too.
Yeah.
Ugh. But anyway, so I would come over here, get 1.8, 40, let's just say. 1840000. Let's just say we want to keep it the same, $57, and we can add tokens. We can add 2 fucks. We can add ink. We can add all of these, right? So we can just keep adding, 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 all the way down till we have all the acceptable payment tokens. And again, our acceptable payment tokens are RH tickers, ETH, 2 stable coins, DAI and USDL, and 2 fucks. We like supporting 2 fucks. I think they have a great DApp. And that is a very prevalent token out in our ecosystem right now. So there's lots of liquidity. So that's what we chose. Also, those 2 fucks on the bribe token, any of those 2 fucks that you spend on the bribe token go towards boosting that pool's APR. So
they get locked permanently.
Yeah,
it's like they're gone, except for they're still working.
That's badass, right? That's a win-win. You buy the token, then you go stake it, and the token that you spent to buy that token boosts you the APR on the LP that you put in there, which is pretty awesome. Right now, because there is no golden bean in this wallet, our fee is 1%. This is something that you guys probably want to read through.
And there's no fee for the buyer.
No fee at all for the buyer. So the reflection tokens, reflection and tax tokens, they do sometimes pose an issue for DEXs, OTCs, anything, because there's always dust left around, and there might be a fee for you transferring this in here. If you are a dev or a project founder and you would like to set up 0x Bistro on your whitelist, we can do that. So give us a holler, but I'm not going to go into those fringe issues right now, but just understand that those reflection and tax tokens, if you're listing them for sale, the transfer from your wallet to our DEX might have a fee that's done by the coin, not us. And if you would like to whitelist our address, give us a shout. So that's it for basically listing a token. Did you guys have any questions on that at all?
I think we're pretty straightforward. I want to show one thing there. If you could throw the listing page back up.
Okay.
So, you could just use the things that are on the screen. So put in like 1 million Paul Sachs.
Okay.
And it gives the dollar figure underneath there, right? Like 31.38, right? So then, like when you're doing this, I often use that as a guide. I'll also look at Pitius to see what the actual trade would result in, but I can use that as a guide. So then when I go to DAI underneath, I can put in 31.38 if I want to be right on that price. If I want it to be a little bit of a deal, I can make it a little bit less, right? And that's what's, that's going to show the green indicator on the first page. And then when I get to the, some DAI is easy, obviously it's stable coin, but if for Pulse, like we could start typing numbers in there and you'll know, is it close to the right value?
Yeah, you'll get close, right? So we know that Pulse is a little more expensive than PulseX, so maybe we start with a 9 and we've got a 3 there. So 31, 30, almost. That's very close. That was so lucky, buddy. That was within 2 cents. 900,000 pulses within 2 cents of 1 million PulseX.
And you could play with that to try to get the other 2 cents in there, or you could be like, okay, good enough. I'll take 9 million pulse for my million PulseX, right? So it provides I find that to be a valuable tool. I use that pretty much every time, and it's a good way to double check yourself too, because you have to remember you're putting in the amount, not per token, for the entire amount of tokens that you put up. This is what you want, right? So those numbers should be pretty close. If you're missing zeros on one side, I mean on the dollar figure underneath, probably you have an issue. So that's a good safety check for people.
There we go. 900, 700. Yeah, it is a good safety check, you guys. And if you are wondering if the DEX prices that we are receiving aren't what you think they should be, go double check on Patius, like you just saw me do. Go double check on Patius. Go double check on 2FUX or FUX. Go double check on Pulsex 9mm 9-inch. There will be people that arbitrage this, right? If I said that put this as an 8, and this price goes up, people will buy this Pulsex, go out and if they only had a chunk of money in their wallet, say they only had $15, they will buy half, and come back later and buy the next half, right?
Totally.
But that's all.
Yeah, they don't have to buy the whole thing. You could buy the whole thing, but you don't have to.
Yeah, that's the best part about this. And that's the reason why we put this circle, right? We wanted to let people know that you don't have to come in here and buy this whole stack. You don't have to come in here and buy 25% of it, like the guide shows. Like if we want to go in here and buy, we don't have to buy 25, 50 or max, right? We can buy 2. And it'll show the price.
You just can't buy more than what is there, right? So it's a limited opportunity for what they put up, and you can't go over that. You'd have to go to the DEX.
Correct. Let's see. This is an interesting feature that people aren't using a whole lot of because there's not a whole lot of listings. But when this starts populating with multiple listings of the same token, you can put in here what you would like to receive. I want to go buy all the bean. And if there's 10 bean within the amount that you're looking for, check availability. It will scoop them up out of all the pools.
Nice.
So that's just not a function that's not real pertinent yet. There's only been a couple of times. Well, right now there's 2 dark. And there's some times that have been multiple bribe. Yeah. We can check expiry, right? Which ones are expiring soon? None within 1 day. Within a week, we have 3 orders expiring within a week. That's kind of a safety net for yourself. So let's just say you are going on vacation and there's real no limit order. There's no real effective limit orders on Pulse Chain, I would say, at this point. If I wanted to go on vacation and take advantage of any pumps that might happen while I'm gone, I could go on vacation for a week, put my MCR tokens here at a slightly higher price, right? And if that price hit while I was gone, my order would go from red to green, and I would come back to money, right? That's a good way of using this. The other way of using this, not necessarily the expiry orders. If you're a project and you have some tokens that you would like to sell from the project and not put big red candles on your chart, some projects are putting orders up here, bribe being one of them, right? Any bribe that's bought and sold here is not affecting the chart anyplace. Any dark that's put on here is not affecting the chart anywhere. And I do see the majority of the bribe and the dark from this and the yep and some of the nope and the king 2. I see it going into pools on Hocus Pocus, right? People are that are buying from here are looking for a good deal, and when they get that deal, a lot of them aren't selling it. It's usually going someplace else or using it for liquidity somewhere.
Yeah, people buying bribe using 2 fucks are almost certainly entering the bribe farm pool to make 300% APR. So, and the same with the YEP token. I'm pretty sure 100% of that went to the homie farms to make high APR there.
Yeah, yeah, true. Any other questions, you guys? I know that we've had some people within the 2Fucks chat. And I know Crispy had some questions. Is there anything else that you would touch on for on this? It's fairly simple. I know there's a lot of info that hits you right in the face when you log into this, but it's very simple. This is the token that's being sold. This is the person's wallet address. You can see this is our address that's selling the tokens. This is the amount of the tokens. 79.8 dark are for sale at this price. Current market price is 1 dark equals 14.8 at market, right? So once you get used to how this flows, these are the tokens that are accepted to buy that dark, accepting USDL, DAI, Pulse, and PulseX. This bribe listing is got all of them going on right now. It's fairly simple.
I think the thing that we should highlight for people is that there's a potential arbitrage opportunity here. Like if you could find a deal on here for a lower price than you could buy it for on PulseX or on Fox or on any DEX, and potentially you could have an opportunity to buy it here and then sell it somewhere else immediately for a profit. I know that's happened before. I don't know if there's any on the page right now because I think there's people watching for that. But there's not so many people watching that it's not going to come up again and that you couldn't snag that opportunity if you stayed on top of it.
If you want to do that, you have to do it while Ty is sleeping. Because as soon as he wakes up in Australia, which is right about now, the things that are green usually get bought up. We don't buy up our own tokens, right? So when we list Bean and MCR on here, we don't buy them up. But anything else in here, we consider ourselves users as well as founders, and we buy them up and we sell them or we stake them. I know I ran by you when you listed that first couple of chunks. I said, this is a little bit below market. I'm going to buy it, sell half, and then stake it. So I would buy $5,000 worth of bribe, sell half of them, get the for 2Fucks, and then go put it in the pool over on 2Fucks. It was a great system, and I ended up having a little bit more of an LP than I would have had I gone and bought it on market.
Totally. Yeah, and that opportunity exists. And even if it's a token that you want, you could take the profit you made from that arbitrage to buy more of that same token, either via Bistro or via the regular DEX, wherever the deal is at the time. So if there's money on the table, people, take the money.
100%.
Yeah, I make that mistake that Fast was saying earlier where I list everything for an hour on accident. Sometimes it works because I'm doing like a giveaway, like a prize. I'll go throw some half off dark up here after one of our games if I win the Pink Miss Well game. So definitely check on that. The other thing that's really important is you don't have to buy the whole thing. And if there are several, like if you look at how many tokens Bribe is accepting, sometimes even if it's red, it's worth hitting view and going through and seeing if one of those is off. And actually there's an ARB in there it's not showing. Shout out to CryptoCat46. He's looking out for us. If you refresh the screen, dark's in the green. So
yeah,
very much. The other thing that I forget or definitely forgot a lot at the beginning was after an order is filled, this is an escrow smart contract. So it's trustless. You're not trusting anyone to send you the money. So you've got to go to my orders or my completed orders, then you've got to hit redeem. So there's been times when I've come back here, after and be like, well, where'd all my dark go? And then I'm like, oh, I haven't redeemed these 4 orders on the back end. So sometimes I'll have a few hundred DAI sitting there waiting to be redeemed. So you've got
Well,
to
let's
make
take
sure
a
you
look at
go
that
back.
My Orders page.
Yeah, it's on you to go cash out your payments.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't have, you guys, is I don't have any completed orders on this particular wallet. I don't believe.
But when you do, this is where you can claim it, right?
Correct.
Yeah. It's also where you can edit your
I
order.
do.
Oh, there we
So
go. Perfect.
there we go. It just wasn't connected. So on the My Orders page, I could come in here. Some of this has been sold since we last claimed, and over here is redeem for partially filled orders. What that means is you don't have to wait for your entire block of bean or bribe or whatever to sell. You can come back and get it gradually. So you're basically trading a receipt token for what's in there. So if I had X amount of bean in here, I could do 25, and it's 25% of them sold. I can redeem 25% of my receipt tokens for the tokens that they were sold. In this case, bribe. So I can get the bribe out. I don't have to wait for this ticker here to say 100%. I can go get 94% out if I wanted. Makes sense.
Nice. And you can also edit your
Yeah,
order
so-
there too, right? You can change the timeline on that.
Correct.
Via
So
the little edit
modify
button.
order. I can take this order, and it expires in 109.8 hours. I can re-up this if I wanted, and change it to 2 months if I wanted. I can change prices if the order has not yet sold. So if there has been, if this is at 0, I can change the amount that I would like to receive per token sell price.
But only if none of the tokens have sold.
I believe that's the
Is
case.
that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because you've set a rate then. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
can always
because
cancel. You could cancel
yeah,
an order here and relist it too.
exactly. And there's there's not a fee for that, right? It's not like you have to pay the 1% up front. You only pay the 1% fee as this stuff sells. So if this order was 50% filled, I can go in and redeem my 50% of the tokens, and then I can go in here, cancel the order, and take the remaining tokens and go and create an order with those remaining tokens for a higher or a lower price, depending on which way the market's going.
Nice. Yeah, and that's a viable move, right? Like if the price moves out of range, you can cancel your order. They all go back to your wallet. There's no fee for that, right? For me canceling my order, I can resubmit it as many times as I want, right? There's only a fee when there's actually a sale. So
You're paying gas. That's it, right?
Yeah, 10 cents or whatever. So
right.
I'm not happy with the rate. Or if I made a mistake, I can just press that cancel button. All the tokens will go back to my wallet, and then I can make the order again in whatever ratio I want with whatever payment tokens I want to receive, which might be another reason to change the order. Well, I want to receive Hex instead of Pulse. Well, you could do that.
So these are some of the things we've sold. We've sold some MCR that was collected. Yeah. MCR Bean. We sold some soda on here. 60% of those sold. By the way, that is an interesting use of this also. If you would like to use this as a launch pad, there is no more fair launch than this. If you don't have if you have a small LP someplace set up where Dex Screener can see a price and you would like to sell this on here, you don't even necessarily have to have an LP set up any place. You can set a brand new token. You go create it any place, create a brand new token, list it on here, sell it for a price, and then go put LP someplace else and let the price action fall where it may. But this is a very cool way to do a fair launch. If I wanted to create MCR 369 today and sell them all for $1, I could put them all on here for $1 and let people go out there, go create their own LP pools if they want to, right?
Yeah, it works as a launch pad too.
Very much so. I can't think of anything else that we really need to go over on this. It looks complicated, but it is fairly simple.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
right now.
don't think it even looks that complicated. If people just start pressing the buttons, the only button you have to worry about is actually, making a transaction. But you can view things, you can check the prices, you can do all that stuff at zero risk, and then familiarize yourself with it. I think most Pulse Chain users could get their mind around this. It's like a
Yeah.
special DEX that doesn't make red or green candles on DEX Screener, but it basically works like a DEX. It's an OTC, over-the-counter DEX, right?
Right. And
And
if
it's
you're one of
trusted.
those project founders that wants to distribute tokens, and you don't want to have, and you have people that want to get in at the beginning of your project, put them on here. It creates an arm's length transaction.
Yeah.
So you don't have people looking at I saw that Fast Abdul sent did 200 million freaking two fucks over to blah blah blah, and now I'm going to track that wallet. Put them on this. Let this bear the brunt of that.
Yeah, there's a bit of a privacy feature there.
Yeah, 100%. If you wanted to put maybe your own tokens on here and sell them to yourself in another wallet, that's also interesting. Yeah,
Interesting idea.
yeah,
Very, very small fee for complete privacy, because it'd be very hard to track that. How this token went from that wallet to that wallet, different
yeah.
different
Half a
users.
percent.
Yeah.
If you have a golden bean stake and you're the seller, that's less than any of those tumblers. Yeah,
Oh, for sure. Nice.
very cool. Anything you want to add, Senior Pulse Ray?
Senior Pulse Ray may be taking a siesta.
Is he? I'm looking at this screen, not our stream. All right.
Yeah, no, I think we've done good, and I think
All right, I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay.
All right. Cool. There he is.
Hey, that was a collective. I apologize. We're trying to blow up some more of the evil.
Oh yeah, that was your fault.
Stuff. Yeah, and sometimes people live in the collectives all over the world. So if I can catch them while they're awake and they'll walk me through some Git Bash. Have you guys ever played with Git Bash?
No, what is that?
It's pretty codey. It's pretty nerdy. So I've been turned into a half coder lately, trying to help these guys hack the evil address. I apologize for being off on that last bit. The parts I just wanted to drive home, where you don't have to buy all of it. It doesn't hurt the price. And third of all, like you said, it's way better than the V3. People are trying to taking profit on V3, but like you said, if you're gone and it goes in and out of there, it's just going to change your ratio.
Right? Yeah, you're gonna, if you set that on V3, I would put a 100,000 MCR there, and it would all turn into DAI while I was gone. But by the time I come back, it could all be MCR again, right? That's the nature of V3.
Yeah, and again, I've been reaching out to the tax tokens, and I'm like, guys, if you like, I believe that King and Queen 2 both took advantage of this, got on the white list, and we're basically putting up their tokens for their community tax free, which to me is like a great way to invite people in the front door. Tax them on the back door. I don't care if someone's dumping your token and leaving. Let them eat taxes, and definitely let the bots eat taxes. But if you're trying to get people into your token to show them the benefits of staking and earning yield, tax free is a great way to come in. So I think it's a matter of time before one or two of them see the light and start using the heck out of 0x Bistro and really taking advantage of that.
Agreed. Thank you, everybody who's joined us today. Really, really appreciate it. This is first in a series of mini tutorials that we're going to bring out. I think we need to do one of these for Steakhouse as well. just to get you guys' head around Steakhouse. I would like to see some more action on that. Hey, Cotton Trust, haven't seen you for a while. Welcome. So I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. I appreciate you two in particular, out of all the people in this community, for embracing this. You've done more tutorials on this privately and publicly with users than I have, and I'm a founder of this project, so I really, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Well, and shout out to Smo Spider and Rip City. Rip City's doing really cool flash videos to market it, and Smo Spider's the one that actually sat down on my 2.5-hour stream with Bill from Actuator and chopped them into 3 distinct tutorials. So there is like a 20-minute tutorial on my channel as well. If you want to, if you're like, wait, what did they say about this? Or if we didn't cover something in here, you can check that one out too. So shout out to those guys, big, awesome people in the community helping out.
Feel free to repost this, put it in your guys' Telegram rooms, do some of the stuff that Pulse Ray does. Run little 1 hour bonus sales below market price. Get your TG rooms up and running. Yeah, it's very cool. So with that, I'm going to end this, you guys. Thank you very much. This is supposed to be short and sweet, so people don't have to go through 1 hour's worth of video to find what they need. So with that, everybody, have a great weekend. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one, which was probably going to be Steakhouse. And in that spirit, we're going to end with this.